nothing suggested that Pope Francis was going to be admitted to the hospital to undergo an operation on June 7th. The day before, he had gone to Rome's Gemelli hospital for checkups. But the Pope had not canceled any of the events on his agenda, such as his general audience for that day. For example, this group of Spanish civil guards was able to greet him before he left.
Con nosotros ha sido súper agradable.
He was super nice to us. He was very friendly, very approachable, and the truth is that he treated us wonderfully. We never thought he was going to be taken to the hospital. At the end of the meeting, Pope Francis went directly to the hospital. Hours later, the doctor in charge of the operation spoke with journalists. He described the 3-hour operation to remove the hernia that was obstructing the intestine.
Buonasera a tutti. Allora, innanzitutto il Santo Padre sta bene. Questo pomeriggio il Santo Padre presso il Policlinico Gemelli è stato sottoposto all'intervento chirurgico programmato per un laparoscele incarcerato in corrispondenza delle cicatrici dei pregressi interventi chirurgici degli anni passati.
Dr. Alfieri was referring to the operation the Pope had undergone in Argentina in 1980 when he was on the verge of death. At that time, he was 43 years old and the provincial of the Jesuits.
Realmente estaba muy enfermo.
He was really very sick, with a severe infection, high temperature, and he was dehydrated. I told him that he needed fluids, antibiotics, and surgery, because the infection was already in the biliary system. The pain was mainly in the right upper quadrant, which is where the gallbladder is. The diagnosis was more or less clear. It was not inconclusive, and the inflammation indicated that the abdominal lining was involved. This surgery led to inflammation of Pope Francis's abdominal pouches in 2021. He had almost 13 inches of his colon removed in a scheduled 6-hour surgery. Argentinian journalist and neurologist Nelson Castro explains in his book, The Health of the Popes, medical details of the lives of the popes from Leo XIII to Francis. Diverticula are small pouches that form in the large intestine. When they operated on him, Dr. Alfieri and his team found all those adhesions, which were the result of that operation, and that complicated the Pope's operation, which is why they could not do it by simple surgery, but had to open up the whole abdomen. His 2023 surgery was a consequence of his 2021 operation, which was related to his 1980 surgery in Argentina. After the colon operation 2 years ago, more intestinal scarring formed, which resulted in the hernia that caught the intestine and caused intestinal obstruction.
Si è proceduto pertanto alla liberazione di queste aderenze, queste cicatrici interne, e si è sbrigliato, come diciamo noi medici, tutta la matassa tenuale che risultava tutta attaccata delle aderenze e che determinavano questa difficoltà di transito.
Dr. Alfieri recommended that the Pope stay longer than usual to ensure time to recover.
Rispetto ad altre persone della sua età, lui non è che torna a casa, si mette davanti alla televisione e gioca. Cioè, lui quando torna a casa fa un capo del governo, il capo diciamo, di milioni della Chiesa, di cristianità. Insomma, una persona che a 86 anni ha delle responsabilità importanti e quindi è molto importante che torna proprio forte.
Another important fact that Dr. Alfieri explained, and that must be taken into account when talking about Pope Francis's recovery, is the fact that he is overweight.
Hay un hecho que
The fact that the Pope is overweight makes it necessary to respect this rule very carefully, as it complicates abdominal operations.
Tu devi prendere quello che era uscito fuori dalla parete addominale, l'intestino, rimetterlo dentro e quindi preme verso i polmoni e poi devi richiudere la parete addominale in un signore che non è proprio magrolino.
In total, Pope Francis has undergone 3 major abdominal surgeries, but there is more to the Pope's medical history. He had his first operation in 1957 when he was a 21-year-old seminarian. The Pope himself said that he did not know if he would live or die. He had a lung condition. Pope Francis said that more than 2 pints of water and 3 cysts were removed from his lungs. He had vanishing lung syndrome and had a lung lobe removed, but he recovered very well. On top of these operations, Pope Francis's knee problems must be added, and there could be another operation in the future.